Hello everyone, this is Mr. Tanner, and in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to complete this assignment of modeling the tides, seasons, and phases of the moon. In each table cell, we're going to be having a different scenario. So in this top scenario here, it says that we have a new moon during winter in the northern hemisphere. So we're going to have to rearrange the objects in the box below so that we can represent a new moon when it's winter in the northern hemisphere. To rearrange the objects, we can click on it and then hit edit, or you can simply double click on the picture and it'll bring up the Google drawing. Now, one thing to remember for seasons is when the Earth is orbiting the sun, when it's revolving around the sun, the tilt never changes. So when we're modeling this, we can move where the Earth is, but we're not allowed to rotate it. So you can't rotate it to change the season because that's not what really happens as the Earth revolves around the sun. So instead, we simply just move the Earth to represent the different seasons. So for the northern hemisphere, with the starting position tilting away from the sun, we would have winter. Winter becomes spring. So spring, the Earth would be above the sun for the northern hemisphere. It would continue to summer. Now we see that the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, and then it would continue on until fall. So for the northern hemisphere, it goes winter, spring, summer, fall. It would be the exact opposite for the southern hemisphere. In this starting position, the southern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun. So it would go summer, fall, winter, spring. Summer, fall, winter, spring. And that's because the seasons are reversed from the northern hemisphere to the southern hemisphere. So remember, we are looking for winter in the northern hemisphere. So we need to model winter in the northern hemisphere. And in this instance, the starting position does that. When it's starting here, the northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun, which represents winter. So the next part is going to be modeling a new moon. And if you remember and look at your notes for modeling the phases of the moon, a new moon always is in between the Earth and the sun. So this would be the complete finished picture for this model, a new moon during winter in the northern hemisphere. We have winter in the northern hemisphere, we have a new moon. But just as a reminder, when we're editing this picture, we would start with a new moon. The moon revolves counterclockwise. So we would then go to a waxing crescent, a first quarter moon, a waxing gibbous moon, a full moon, a waning gibbous, a third quarter, a waning crescent, and then back to a new moon. And then that would change. The orientation is going to change depending on where the Earth is. So if the sun was here and the Earth was positioned here, the new moon would start in between the sun and the moon, and it would still work its way around waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, waning crescent, back to a new moon. So again, we can't ever rotate the objects. That's not how seasons work. Instead, we just have to arrange the objects so it would represent the correct situation. And once again, here is our new moon when it's winter in the northern hemisphere. All of the other pictures have a different scenario, like a waxing gibbous moon during summer in the northern hemisphere, or a solar eclipse during summer in the northern hemisphere. So there's 10 different scenarios that you'll have to accurately model for each one just by changing where the objects are positioned in the picture. And then once you're done, make sure you turn it in. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps. And if you have any questions, make sure you reach out.